Hi, and welcome to video number 10 of the Hibernate tutorial series by Lokam Chanakya. In the previous tutorial, we created the operations in the CRUD operations. We haven't still implemented the business logic, but we created the insert record, retrieve record, update record, and delete record methods. And now, we actually created the main class in the previous tutorial as well, where we're going to call these particular methods. So, we also created global variables ID, name, and email to send in from the main class so that we can store them in. So first step would be to use the first case, that is insertion. So for that, we're going to have to ask the user for a couple of things. The first thing that we need to ask is enter name. And we're going to put this into the name variable, which is equal to scan.next for a string. And the next one will be system.out.println. Enter email. I will say email equal to scan.next. We have to modify it to static because we were using it in the main method, which is a static method. We can't use instance variables over here. So once that is done, the next step will be to use these two and send them over to the insert method, which will be insert record name, email. But we have to use it using the CRUD object. It should be done like that. So in the next one, in the retrieving records, the parameter that we need is system.out.println enter ID, and we'll say ID equal to scan.next int. Now that we have ID, we can say CRUD.retrieve record ID, and we have to create ID as static as well. So let's go over here, add static over there. That should do it for us. I will go over to update record, and we'll do the same. For update record, we'll do a couple of copy paste because we need the ID. So let's take the ID over here and paste it over here. We also need the name and the email ID, so let's take those as well and put them over here. And then the next step would be to call the update record method using the CRUD object, update record, and sending the parameters for us would be ID, let's send name, and then we'll send email. The fourth one would be deleting records, where we only need the ID, so system.out.println enter ID equal to scan.next int. Now that that is over, we'll have to call the delete method as well using the CRUD object. Delete record, and we'll give ID over here. So once that is done, we can now actually run this again and see how they're being called. So let's right click on main class, run as Java application, and you can see our menu has appeared. So let's click on one to insert, saying inserting records, say Chanakya Lokam, and it hasn't asked for our email ID. Oh, it's taken Lokam as the second parameter, and it's printed as name Chanakya and the second one as Lokam. Let's click on 2. 2 isn't a valid variable, so I think we'll have to rerun this again. Sorry for that. You have to click on 0 or 1. So let's take 2 this time, retrieving records, and enter the ID as 1, and it's retrieving that. So let's click 1 to continue, and say I want to delete a record this time. So it's asking for the ID again, and we give the ID again. It says that we're deleting that record, so let's close it off with 0, and then that's it for our console. So this is how we actually call the methods, but it's not doing any actual business logic on the database. and it's not using any of the Hibernate functions as of now. We've just created our main stub to call and enter these values into the CRUD operations. In the next tutorials, we'll be seeing how we can actually implement the business logic in each of these methods. We look forward to having you for those tutorials as well. Please subscribe to our channel and like our videos. Thank you.